Illuminating Lives, Cultural Significance of Diwali and Dussehra. Before embarking upon the significance or a description of any festival, it is very imperative to understand the word culture in its entirety. Culture is a word embedded in the social fabric of a society. Anything that we do in our day-to-day life constitutes culture. This is very simple description of culture, but this word needs a pondering over, a rethinking, for it is a thought-provoking word. To serve the right meaning and import of this word brings me to this talk today. Whither are we going? Throughout my talk, I'm trying to answer this question and leave the listeners with probably a rethinking about themselves and the space they occupy in a social setup. Culture is coated with the ethical aspect of a life. The ethical aspect, or what I may also put as ethical values. Our festivals are a part of our cultural practices and constitute an important segment of our social practices. Such practices form a significant part when it comes to create and convey the cultural meanings of such practices as our Indian festivals. The next phase of my talk will be how we connect and give meanings to our cultural aspects. Then follows the economic and material considerations. There is a need to reduce the complex cultural phenomena. Lastly, the individual and collective subjectivity in cultural formation. I will discuss Dussehra and Diwali as encompassing our life and bringing us to a brighter side of living. Let me first take you to a tour of my childhood in my hometown, a very small town but reverberating with life. My childhood included the healthy doses of bedtime stories by my grandfather, and that means I, as a child, was very well versed with the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata. I was not devoid of the significance of Dussehra in my life and for the society in general. I still remember that Dussehra grounds wet with sprinkling of water and the effigies of Ravana, Kumbhakarna and Meghnad standing at a majestic height. I can still see those endless queues of women offering rice planting and doing puja around the effigies. This must have had a cultural significance for them. I can also see vividly the various stalls selling eatables, bangles, jewelry, pottery, plastic toys at cheap prices, and how children of my age looked at those things bedazzled with the shine and variety. I can also see those pani puri and chaat stall where I would go running with coins of varying sizes and capacities tightly held in the palm of my hand. I would also look at the sky-high Ferris wheel, as we call them now, and soar high in the sky. I would go back home accompanied by my brother and cousin sister to come back in the evening to watch Ram Leela performed in the open grounds. The day ended with wonder and amazement at the hope and faith that filled my entire being. Diwali, the festival of lights, illuminating our lives and thought process, also had a special place in my heart when I was a child. From cleaning of the house to decorating, puja on the Diwali day, as well as the lighting the house with earthen diyas, enlightened my spirit and heart. My memories can still recollect the fragrance of those earthen diyas burning bright in all their glory. It was a time when the yellow marigold and colorful roses would bloom, and my soul still searches for those cold Diwali nights emanating the fragrance of the blossomed flowers. Festivals, illuminating as they are, brought togetherness and peace to a family. Life becomes monotonous with everyday work. Festival, for a while, provide us with an opportunity to meet our near and dear ones, lending us happiness and a sense of security. Festivals are an occasion that illuminate us with enjoyment. Now coming back to cultural aspect, that is grounded in old beliefs, customs and traditions, it is to be seen that somewhere we are loosening our ground with respect to our heritage and culture. To begin with, we have lost touch with the process of storytelling. Gone are the days when the elders of the house were regarded for their valuable company to the youngsters. Stories were often passed down from generation to generation orally, and this form of oral tradition not only invigorated our heart and mind, but our inner soul as well. Our younger generations are hardly aware of the real import of celebrating festivals. Losing touch with the story also meant losing a strong community life that helped us to build ethical grounds on a solid footing. Festivals are very essential for our younger generations to build interactive skills and learn to share and celebrate. When we say illuminating lives with respect to festivals, we are of course talking about the empathetic development of a human being. Reflection, again, is very important aspect that helps to think and develop our mindset towards an understanding of our past traditions and heritage. The words are keep it simple. It might be beyond the imagination of a person that what good comes out of keeping things simple. We can always keep ourselves grounded to the earth while at the same time enjoy the zest of our festivals. Simplicity avoids undue financial wastage but also helps us with a peace of mind. That must be a priority. Otherwise, we are forgetting the very foundations of our festivals. Our celebration needs to be structured not around money, but around the sanctity of the reason of the festive occasion. A mere commercialization brings only an artificiality to the festival celebrations. We overburden our pockets and by asking for the commercialization of our festivals. Imparting money, value to our celebrations has lost its charm and made our celebrations as a mere exhibition of our wealth. Our mindset is also loaded with what to buy and how to buy, not to forget the most expensive thing to buy. No, this is very scaring. None of our festivals need an expensive showcasing of our material possessions. I'm certainly not saying to turn oneself to a yogi, but my opinion is really around the requirement that can suffice our needs. Festivals guide us to simplicity of thought and expression. Our culture is not complex. It never was. It was always well grounded in simplicity of the philosophy of ancient seers and saints. It is a lending of artificiality as well as glamour to our each festive occasion that instead of making our lives happy, we are heading towards the wooden life that knows neither solace nor happiness. An undue importance to showcase our belongings need to be curbed. Instead of outward tendency to show off, we can be easily weighed down by a simplistic approach to our celebrations. Festivals should illuminate the person within and not from without. The light of the festivals should touch our hearts and of those whom we adore, respect, and love. The approach to festivals should be grounded in stronger family and community ties. Our festivals and our way of celebrations are a collective subjectivity for us to make these little experiences of a life as a unified force. Now, a collective subjectivity, what I mean is the common ground that we as people share towards a unified thought that binds us together. The we in this is very important. It is we who coordinate towards a social construction by way of ideologies and norms that do not divide but unite us and illuminate our lives. The ethical aspect of life should not be left unmentioned. Ethics are the way we behave and think about ourselves. It is also the way we think about others. Ethics connect us with our self, and our self is nothing but what we call our soul. For our every action, we are answerable to our soul. It is an awareness of our inner self that can bring us back to illuminating our outer as well as inner life with happiness and peace. And this exactly is the aim of not only the festivals, but the entire philosophy of our cultural tradition that guides us towards a healthy, happy, and peaceful life. I leave you all with the happy thoughts of your near and dear ones sitting together in a prayer and enjoying some blissful moments of celebrations and togetherness. Thank you.